These videos have been going up for quite some time. In fact, we really were motivated by the lockdown in 2020 to end up setting up YouTube, setting up an opportunity to communicate, setting up a way in which we could communicate with people who were part of our congregation and our community and people who were more removed. And so over the course of this time, a couple videos a month, sometimes 2 a week, sometimes less. Sometimes there are seasons where for a month or 2 or more there is no video that is posted, but then we come back and then we're going again. And there's someone in our community who recently got internet and was checking out various different things, including this channel, and this person chuckled and said, "You've put a lot of videos on the internet." And sometimes I think about this and say, have I said everything that I need to say with videos? Is it all there? Or should I continue to interact with folks who love Messiah, folks who love Beit Shalom, folks who love the world around us? And so, even though there's a great deal that is already up, even though there are hundreds of stories, even though there are a lot of different scripture passages that have been dealt with, even though there has been a variety of ways in which I've shared my life over the course of these past 5 years, I don't think that we're quite done yet. And so it's wonderful to be with you again. It's wonderful to be thinking about this. And with the last 2 months, roughly, there's been so much going on in terms of the holiday season, in terms of Hanukkah, in terms of Thanksgiving, in terms of the other things that have been happening around us, that we haven't been shooting a lot of video. So this is time for us to start working on getting into the swing of things once again. There's a focus that happens when you haven't been involved with someone, you haven't been in regular community, you haven't been regularly involved. And when you end up having something important to say to a person, the question ends up being, what is truly and necessarily important? And I really think about all of Scripture. I think of the establishment and the creation of the world. I think of the very, very earliest human history to the civilization that we live in now, and Adam and Eve, and the temptation and the choice that they made to choose for the serpent, to choose for each other, and to choose against God. And I look at all of this and go, there is so much water under the bridge since the beginning of this civilization that we have impact with, that we have a relationship to, and that we have seen unfold, whether you think it was for 4,000 or 6,000 or 8,000 or 10,000 years. There's very little that proves that the civilization that we're in goes past 10 to 20,000 years max. And everybody has a different vantage point. There's some folks who think it's only a 6,000 or 8,000 year civilization. And there's a variety of other things that go on. But however you watch this, I really believe that the most important part of the society that we live in is that Messiah Yeshua came, dwelt with us, lived with us, showed us the heart and the character of God, made the whole Hebrew Scriptures come to life. And when it was time, he surrendered his life as a sacrifice believing that by his dying on our behalf, we would end up having a life that could not be accomplished through any other way. That the evil that had been marbled through humanity could end up actually being healed and could end up being better. And that this could not be fixed any other way. So if we're coming back from a significant layoff, which we are, one of the questions ends up being, Steve, what is important to say? And there will be other videos that will follow this, and there will be other things that go on with this. But I just really want to encourage, because I really believe that the most important thing for us to know is that God so loved us that he sent Messiah, he sent Yeshua to live amongst us, show us what the character and heart of God would be in a human body, and that in the midst of Yeshua's love for us, so great was the harm, so great was the devastation, so great was the sin and the things that we had failed at, that the only way for us to be set free from ongoing greed, ongoing corruption, ongoing wickedness, ongoing evil, was for us to be a people who would end up being forgiven. And the only way to forgive us and the only way to deal with us was for someone who was perfect to take upon himself all of the evil and the wickedness that the rest of us, who were at the very least imperfect, if not fully evil and wicked ourselves. And that's another conversation. But it was important for him to end up paying the price, setting us free, and willingly being the sacrifice that would allow us to be made alive. And that is what we have. That is what is going on. That is what's happening all around us. And there's much to rejoice in. There's much to be concerned about. There's much going on around us that we look at this and go, this is good, this is pure, this is righteous, and this is wonderful. And there are things that are going on in the world around us where we look and at the very same time go, the powerful people, our leaders, the captains of industry, those who control governance, those who are involved with foreign politics and all the rest of this. Some of what's going on around us is just straight crazy. And so I'm not expecting you to be entirely at peace with the generation that you're living in. I don't think that's going to happen. And at the same time, I also don't think that that there's nothing here to rejoice, there's nothing here to celebrate, there's nothing here that's good and glorious and wonderful, because I believe there's a lot of that going on. But in the midst of the life that you're living, knowing that God has loved us, knowing that he has sent his representative, sent Messiah, sent the one known as the Son of Man and the Son of God both, this one coming to be with us, he made God visible, alive, and ended up making it so that extraordinary things could happen here. And so that we could know the character and the heart of God. And that God has invited us to move forward, to know him, to walk with him, to love him, and to accept the forgiveness that we desperately need, because the evil that we've been involved with can only be forgiven through his plan and his purpose and through Messiah's death. Shalom.